Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to WatchNovak.com. Today we're counting down our top 5 South Park episodes ever written. Since 1997, South Park has been one of the most beloved cartoons of all time. With 247 episodes that was 16 years in the making, it is hard to pick out 5 episodes that are better than the rest, but we did it. So here is our picks for the top 5 episodes of South Park from all the 16 years. Number 5. It's a New Jersey Thing. In this episode, a family from New Jersey moves into South Park, and almost immediately, Cal's big-mouthed mother Sheila gets in a fight with the loudmouth, lackey New Jersey woman who just moved in, resulting in Sheila having to share one of her deepest secrets, that she is too from New Jersey. The episode parodied a lot of things, such as the transformation scene with Michael J. Fox from Teen Wolf, which happens when Cal discovers his true faith, that he's too from New Jersey, and the popular reality TV show Jersey Shore that results in even more New Jersey people moving into South Park and beginning to give themselves sexual names and talking to the camera about the thing that literally just happened. In the meanwhile, the townspeople hold a meeting where they decide that they want to fight back against all these new citizens. They start to barricade their door, avoid the New Jersey people, and even treating the whole thing like an invasion. But the people of South Park cannot tolerate the new citizens, mainly because their answer to doing ridiculous things is to say,
"It's just a Jersey thing, you just gotta be from Jersey to get it."
So the townspeople end up killing all the New Jersey people with the help of Osama bin Laden, and the episode ends out with South Park once again being saved from all foreigners. Number 4. The Jeffersons. In the town of South Park, a very unusual, rich white guy moves in with his son Blanket. He introduces himself as
Michael Jefferson,
who is obviously a parody of the king of pop, Michael Jackson. As the main characters get invited into Mr. Jefferson's house, they soon realize that the house is filled with toys and games, and that the backyard is a circus. The boys think that Mr. Jefferson must be the coolest dad ever.
This is awesome!
But Kyle soon notices that Mr. Jefferson is neglecting his kid Blanket. The 4 boys, especially Cartman, enjoy spending time at the Jefferson residence, but the police has also been noted that a rich black man has moved into the city. So like when every other rich black guy moves into the city, the police try to frame him by putting cocaine in his house that they can later arrest him for owning. And it all goes very well until the police see Mr. Jefferson, who weirdly enough looks like a white guy, and stops the entire mission. The episode ends out happily for Mr. Jefferson and his son, by him realizing that he has been neglecting Blanket because he's never had a childhood himself, and so he decides to give all his money away to charity, and now that he's a poor black man instead of a rich black man, the police is no longer interested in arresting him.
No point in putting another poor black man in jail.
Number 3. Butt Out. The 4 boys watch an act from an anti-smoking music group called Butt Out at their school, and because of their dorkiness, the boys decide that they better try that whole smoking thing to not become as big losers as the music group. But Mr. Mackey detects them.
Smoking's bad. Okay.
And to not get in trouble, the boys tell their parents and the teachers that it was the tobacco company that made them want to smoke. This then causes a bad parody of the lobbyist Rob Reiner to appear, and to get rid of smoking in public, he makes an advertisement against them, where Cartman allegedly have died from secondhand smoking.
Dead.
Cartman, who is not aware of the fact that Rob Reiner is going to kill him in order to make a point in the commercial, gets very scared with finding out, so he runs to the town's local tobacco company, and it all ends out with a confrontation between the townspeople and the tobacco company, where Rob Reiner is exposed for trying to kill Cartman, and the classical story ends out with a classical "I've learned something today" story from Kyle.
Because I've learned something today.
Number 2. Fat Camp. In this episode, Cartman is sent away to Fat Camp because of his extreme obesity. So of course Cartman finds a way to cheat on the camp. He sets up a deal with a drug addict that is in a rehab camp close to the Fat Camp. Cartman creates an alibi for this kid so that he can get out of the rehabilitation course. In return, he brings Cartman candy to the Fat Camp that Cartman then goes on to sell to all his camp buddies. He even goes as far as to get the kid to go home to South Park and pretend to be a skinny version of him. This, of course, resulting in everybody believing that he has lost the weight, and so when the others aren't looking, he can smuggle food and bring it out to the Fat Camp. The episode ends out with the group leaders from the camp finding out about Cartman's scheme, and therefore banning him from the camp, and his skinny replacement ends up dying inside the vaginal of the local school bus driver. Number 1. Scott Tenorman must die. Cartman runs over to his friends, overfilled with excitement, because he has gotten pubic hair, way before Kyle, Stan, and Kenny. When Cartman finds out that pubic hair are something that grows on your body and not something you can get from buying it for $10, he's filled with rage and demands his money back from Scott Tenorman, who sold it to him. But Scott is way smarter than Eric, so it all just ends up with Cartman being humiliated every time he goes to get his money back.
Here's my snout.
Oink, oink, oink.
Oink, oink, oink.
Cartman wants the ultimate revenge, and he goes so extreme as to get Scott to eat his parents in the form of chili.
I think it might be best for us to never piss Cartman off again. Good call.
We love how wonderfully evil Cartman is in this classic episode, which is also why we picked it as our number 1. What are your top 5 favorite episodes from the show? Leave a comment below and be sure to send this video to the original WatchMojo.com on Twitter. Link is in the description. Anyways, thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe, leave a comment, like this video, do all of that good stuff. Be sure to like my Facebook page and my Twitter. And I hope I'll see you again next Saturday. Goodbye. Hey guys, what's up? So last year, I made a best of Michael Novak 2012. And I said that was so much